Have you ever made a 3D model that looked good on its own, but once you placed it next to your other assets, it felt off? Maybe the scale was weird, the colors didn't match, or the level of detail looked inconsistent. In this video, I'll show you how to make consistent looking 3D assets and keep them all in the same style, whether you're building for games, animation, or world building projects. Consistency in 3D art is what makes a project feel polished and professional. Imagine walking through a game world where one chair is ultra-realistic with high-res textures, but the table next to it is low-poly and stylized. It instantly breaks immersion. Keeping everything in style ensures that your assets look like they belong together. The first step is creating a style guide. This is like your rulebook for making assets. It should consider polycount and topology. Decide if your assets are low poly, mid poly, or high poly. Scale. Make sure your objects are modeled to real-world or in-game measurements. Textures. Hand-painted, realistic, procedural, keep that consistent. Colors and materials. Define the palette, roughness levels, and overall tone. Having this written down saves you from guessing later and makes it easier if you're working with a team. Think in sets, not singles. When designing, don't just think about one object in isolation. Think in asset sets. For example, if you are making medieval props, make sure the wood grain, metal wear, and proportions match across barrels, doors, and tables. Designing assets in sets helps ensure visual harmony and prevents one piece from standing out awkwardly. Modularity and reuse. Another way to stay consistent is to build modularly. Reuse the same trims, base materials, or detail patterns across multiple assets. This not only speeds up production, but also locks everything into the same visual language. Level of detail is important. Make sure the level of detail is uniform. If one asset has sculpted cracks, microsurface noise, and 4K textures, while another has flat colors and no detail, they won't really blend together. You need to match the complexity between assets. A good trick is to zoom out of your scene. Do all the assets read at the same visual clarity? If not, make adjustments. To make consistency second nature, build some good habits. Always model to a consistent scale using reference grids. Reuse material libraries instead of making new ones for each asset. Use reference boards and compare assets side by side before finalizing. Do regular style checks. Put all your assets into a test scene and see if they look cohesive together. Consistency is all about planning and discipline. The more you stick to your style guide and workflow, the more polished your 3D projects will look. Remember, it's not just about making a cool model, it's about making assets that feel like they belong together. That's what separates amateur projects from professional ones. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more 3D art tips. Drop a comment if you ever struggled with keeping assets in style. I'd love to hear your experiences. Alright everyone, I'll see you in the next one.